I think a lot of even social media agencies, marketing, a lot of them don't even know what they're doing.
I agree.
Thesis is very simple. I do not want you to waste money on marketing anymore, either on the media side or the creative side. Here is how you should do that. You should work with us.
Is when you have a podcast, a 30 to 40 minute conversation, now you're getting those pieces of juice, thought leadership, and now we're pumping that content on LinkedIn.
I can't do everything with you. I'm like, give me social, creative, and media, because that is the game.
We live in the greatest time right now to be on social media. Why do I say that? Is because the content finds its audience.
The end.
Does anyone here have a YouTube channel? How often do you guys post?
Every day.
Good.
Every day, yeah.
That's it. You guys have to think of yourselves as a media company. Everyone here is a media company. And then you have your business. So it's about how can you continue to get your mission and your vision out there through your media company, which can earn revenue through different sides, keynote speaking, through your business. So that's what I want you to think of today. Your business, you guys right now have a media company, and how can you scale? How can you get your voice out to more people? So I'm looking to connect with CEOs. I'm Sugira Rubasha. We help CEOs build their brand and build those media companies.
Thank you.
Yeah, so obviously I like to talk about social media. I see you posting, so that's good. Like, yeah. Tell me where you're at in your life.
Do you know The Office, the show?
Yeah.
I really like that show, so I want to add a little bit of that humor, that awkward sort of interaction humor into my videos, a bit more personality instead of just straight info. So that's where I'm at with social media. And I'm trying to get into LinkedIn as well. So I know it's not much, but for now, I want to do one post a week on Instagram and one post on LinkedIn, because I'm trying to get my timings right as well. Because I know if I post at certain times of the day or certain days of the week, I get more views, more interactions, more view times as well. Average view time. Yeah.
What time are you seeing is getting the most traction?
What time?
Yeah.
I don't have enough data to make a comment, because right now I'm trying to post Saturday mornings at like about 9 a.m. And then I'm trying like Wednesday afternoons and that sort of thing. They're roughly the same, to be honest. Yeah. But getting like a few hundred to a few thousand views, which is not bad for not posting. So I don't know, like, is that
that's good
on Instagram?
That's good. That's really good. So right now the main platform, you're just doing Instagram?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the 30 seconds, 60-second reel.
I'm trying to make it shorter, but it's so hard. Like all of them like go over like maybe 90 seconds sort of thing. I'd say I'd average about 90 to 120 seconds. Yeah. Which I feel is too long. People aren't watching that long. People are averaging maybe like maximum 19 seconds watch time. So yeah.
Well, sometimes it depends, because there's two sides of that. The longer it is, if it's good content, Instagram will share it more.
Yeah.
Why? Because Instagram want people staying on their platform longer.
Yeah.
So the longer the video, Instagram says, oh, thank you. It's just more, is the content engaging and entertaining enough to keep someone on from that whole time?
Yeah.
But yeah, you can do both. You can do some short ones, and then you can
and just mix it up, sort of thing. See what gets traction.
Yeah. And I think, like you said, the Office one is a good idea.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
I think of that creativity to you got to be creative, and I think people you could find an idea like that could be a game changer for your business. Like, could be game changer where people laugh, they're entertained, and they're like, yo, I want to actually go there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because I just want to stick out a bit. Add like just the slightest bit of absurdity to the video. Correct. Not enough so it's unprofessional, but enough so like, hey, wait a minute, why is he popping out from behind the desk, sort of thing?
Correct.
So I did one video like that, but it's because the receptionist that time, she loves The Office as well. She knows what I'm talking about. So she filmed it with my gimbal, and then we did 2 takes, and the second take was like, this is it. Like,
how often do you think you can do that?
With her?
Yeah.
Probably once a week, once every couple of weeks, sort of thing. And she's happy to do it. She likes it as well. So, yeah.
I would say keep doing that. Yeah. What about YouTube, TikTok?
YouTube is probably the next platform I want to get into. TikTok's not a platform I want to get into anytime soon, just because our market is just not TikTok.
Like, who's your market?
Like everyone who comes in is mid-30s to late 60s sort of thing. Like they don't really use TikTok. They're not really aware of it. I don't even use TikTok myself. It's another platform I have to spend a lot of time getting into and just trying to learn the algorithm and how to post. So maybe in the future, but it's right now, priority is Instagram and then LinkedIn and then YouTube in the future.
So are you posting on LinkedIn now?
No, I haven't done a post yet. So LinkedIn, I'm more going to be focusing on like academic articles and posting things I get excited about, because I'm weird. I get excited about reading like RCTs and randomized control trials and meta-analyses. But most people see that and they're like, I don't know what's going on. So I'm trying to make it a bit more accessible for people.
What I would suggest is whatever you're posting on Instagram, you can just pop that same content on LinkedIn. It doesn't matter. Put the same. You may have to, maybe you can change the copy a little bit, but how to save your time and energy, you're posting it on Instagram. It'll take you another 2 minutes to post that same post on LinkedIn. So because LinkedIn, again, remember, corporate professionals, but if you're putting that on LinkedIn, you stand out.
Okay.
You stick out, so and you will reach more people. So I would say, even again, like you spread out your day, even if it's like you did the video and you're posting, spending 10 minutes to post that same video on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube Shorts.
Okay.
And then I would say, like I know you, and Facebook.
Okay.
For Instagram, you could do it in a way where it posts directly to Facebook. I would say Facebook, definitely. And you would be surprised on TikTok. You would be surprised at people that audience, that 30 to 60 that are on TikTok as well. So that's just something for you to think about. How can I, if I'm going to post it on Instagram, that same video, I'm not wasting my time getting extra different content. That same video just boom, boom, boom across different platforms. Even at the end of the week, just to reach more people.
And say if I want to do Facebook as well, because it's meta, right? I guess it's really easy to just post it on Facebook as well. Should I do my personal account or have like a business account? Because I don't really want to flood my personal account with like a bunch of my business stuff.
I personally would do it on my personal account, but you don't have to. You could do it on the business account. You could do it on the business account, share it even on your personal account, so you can share the video. If you want to keep those two separate, that's fine. As long as you're still putting that video out there.
Like on my story or something.
On your story.
So it's just not like all work stuff.
Exactly. So if you can get into that mix of, eventually as you keep going, you can have like, let's say 3 in a week. Educational one where it's like straight up educational advice, the boring stuff, even though it's not boring, because people will find that like they're educated by it. The educational stuff, the stuff that you're already doing, and then the office stuff. And again, I think the office stuff on LinkedIn could be massive too. Honestly think that would be genius, because it's different. You've got to be different, you know, and I like your thinking. I like the creativity because you have that creativity in general. And I think your personality suits the office as well, because you're like, how can I explain it? You just have that personality. I can just see it, where it's like you're cool, but like you can get into that awkward mode, and then it's like where it's like, oh, okay. So I think it suits you.
And would you say TikTok over YouTube Shorts? Because I'm a lot more familiar with YouTube over TikTok.
Because of what you're familiar with and what you enjoy, I would say YouTube Shorts. But I'm the same as you. I don't spend time on TikTok. I don't like TikTok. Sometimes they censor my videos, and it's weird because they're not even that bad. But I don't get emotional about the platforms. I know for me to reach the people, I even know TikTok is vitally important, because TikTok is a type of platform that you have more of a reach to going viral. You have more of a reach from one video. Like I had posted a video that did 25,000 views and all these comments. So that's the biggest platform. Them in YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts and TikTok. The YouTube Shorts can go viral very quickly. It can reach, you know it. Like
even like no subscribers, you can just blow up.
Exactly. So TikTok and YouTube Shorts is so good for that in terms of you can just boom. LinkedIn as well is that type of platform now, because LinkedIn, they're looking at it like, shit, guys, we're going to be like the other platforms. So they're also working to be like more of a social platform.
I see that.
You can see it, right? So LinkedIn, now you can reach audiences who are not following you, who are not connecting with you, if the content is good, and then also if it relates to whatever it relates to. You're in the health industry. Like I was telling, I think, Jonathan, that's a freaking $1 billion industry, because everyone needs help. Everyone needs it. The CEOs on LinkedIn who can come in and pay you even more than the normal clients are paying you, can do online consultancy sessions. They're seeing that, and hey, are you busy and you're spending all your time working? You have back problems that are like that thing that you just showed there. Even I would pop that and it was good. I was crazy because I was like, shit, I'm going through that right now. Like that's why I'm kind of sitting back a little bit like this. So man, like you're in a gold mine, and the fact that you're open to recording, you're young, you get it. You already know this game. So it's just about, all right, cool, how can I make it easier for myself? I think that's just where you are. How can I just make this shit where it's not a distraction to me? But I can just do it. Boom. Like you said, you're with a patient sometimes. Even just tell them, look, I'm just documenting myself. Even like just if you don't have to put them. Then now if they get permission, some will say, like you have Louise come in. Louise will be like,
Louise
sure.
would be
great.
it'd
be great.
Sort of thing.
Because we do her podcast and we do. So she's
very open with
she understands it.
And
So,
would you say, like, for my videos, just leave all the errors in, the mistakes and that sort of thing or just, I got to keep refining? Because for me, I'm making a lot of, like, ums and buts and saying the wrong thing or pausing. I don't know, some people say that gives you personality. But for me, when I look at it, I'm like, like this, I need to re-record it, that sort of thing. And then, you take like one shot and then you take 3 shots and then it just takes way too much time and you don't end up posting anything. I don't want to get into that. So.
I get what you mean. I get to a point sometimes, well, now I've kind of got to a point where I can just do it off the cuff and then do it. But because now I just don't have time. So sometimes you just don't have time. Fuck it, just post it, bro. Like you'll get to that. Then sometimes now I do the same thing. I have a team or myself. I'll cut out those ums and ahs because I also know attention. I know in my head I have 3 seconds to get them. So if that first 3 seconds is too slow, I've lost my audience. So there is a balance of sometimes just saying fuck it, just post it, and then sometimes if I have a little bit of time, let me just cut out the ums and ahs. There's I think Descript. There's some other maybe that can help you do that. Filler words, but you want to. Sometimes I do cut out those ums and ahs, definitely. Sometimes if you don't have time, don't overdoubt it, don't think it. Who cares? If it doesn't get, who cares? As long as, again, not many people are doing it. So the fact that you're already doing it, you're already sticking out.
And can you send me the video that went viral, the TikTok one? You said that would be 25,000 views that sort of thing? I still have a TikTok account. So be able to check it out.
I can send it to you on on your Instagram. It was like a podcast clip, kind of what's happening, in Australia a little bit with crime and things like that. And
really?
like it just me and my dad talking and boom. And then I saw all these comments, and now the followers are going up a little bit. So I'm just like, it was just a reminder to just keep posting.
Okay, awesome. It's good that your dad's like, does he have his own accounts as well?
Awesome. He's got his own accounts now, obviously, because we're doing it. And now he's got, like, we've got a team. So he doesn't have time for it. Like, he's got someone just
pumping out the content.
You can get a VA somewhere, Philippines, somewhere else. We have in Kenya, and they're just posting it for him.
Is your background Kenyan?
Kenyan, Kenyan Rwandese.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right.
It was cool. We never really had a one-on-one.
I know. We haven't. All these And
it was so crazy because I was like, I knew, I was like, I got to get one with Derek.
Tell me about you, man.
Sugira. I'm someone actually, I've been a footballer all my life, or the Australians say soccer. Come from a first generation family. Been playing football all my life. And then I got to a point one day, someone said, start a YouTube channel. And I was like, you know what, I'll do it later when I make it. But then I thought, you know what about if my grandchildren, my children can see, I'm not going to tell them what I did, I'm going to show them. Like, I can document my whole life and also make money from it.
Right, man, if you can,
So I started doing that in YouTube.
You're recording right now as well? Wonderful, man. It's amazing.
And then started a podcast with my father, a family podcast, having conversations. And I started to learn. My whole life, I've seen you as my dad, but I never saw you as a human being. Your dad my whole life, your mum my whole life, but I started to see them through the podcast conversations as human beings. So through that, then now CEOs and business leaders have said, we need this thing. So started to do that, and now here we are. We do a lot of CEOs, personal branding, finance industries, different tech, and that's where we are now.
It's amazing, bro. And how long have you been in this for?
So now it's 3 years now.
Great.
Yeah.
How old are you? 21?
20. I look 21, huh? 29. 29 now.
29?
Yeah.
Wow. You look freaking 22, 21.
Thank
That's
you.
good, man.
Yeah.
So what's driving you?
Legacy. Kind of back to why I started this thing. I want, when I'm no longer here, my legacy to be up there, to inspire the next generation, to inspire people on how we did it. Legacy.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to see yourself, ideally?
Speaking on stages. I said we're turning into the next billion-dollar company. We're a creator economy. We're living in a creator economy. Media companies, you know. So that's really the goal.
I agree. What day were you born on?
26th of April.
26th of April.
Yeah.
Of?
1996.
Interesting.
Why?
26th of April.
Yeah.
And wow, interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
1996?
Yeah.
Interesting. Born leader.
What, like, why? I'm very curious.
Yeah, you're a born leader, bro. But you on camera and recording that is very, very unique. Usually,
Yeah.
how was the first half of your life? Was it,
Yeah.
were you as family were wealthy, or were you guys getting there?
Well, like my father, for example, in Rwanda, he came from a very wealthy family.
Good.
Very wealthy family. Coming to Australia,
When did he come to Australia?
we came 1999.
So you were like 3 years
3
old.
years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, 99.
So he had to go through a lot of stuff, right? Here?
Yeah, so like
Kind of really restart the life.
Yeah. So mum was a flight attendant in Kenya, so we had a good life in Kenya. Dad they left the war in Rwanda from that wealthy family, and then we kind of restarted. So just middle class family. Yeah.
After 40 is when you'll make money. You'll make some actual money, like real money. But yeah, that's how the first half of your life. You're very lucky in terms of you get a lot of opportunities. All the time.
Yeah. You said something that you said in like 40 years you make a lot of money.
After 40 years.
What makes you say that?
Yeah.
Again, look back to this video, and I'll explain to you then. But you're very lucky in a way that opportunities come to you.
Yeah. We're gonna do that first.
Yeah. I like and tell me I love it. Tell me a little bit about yourself as well.
Sure.
And,
What would you like to know?
what drives you?
Yeah.
People.
Okay.
It's always been people.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Yeah, most of the people talk about legacy, but it's great. But what is legacy? Legacy is basically you trying to add value to people's life, right? That's what it is, right? So I keep it very basic. I don't worry about the legacy part of that at all. As long as you've got a clear heart, good intention, trying to help people, serve people in the best possible way. Yeah, that's what's driving me.
And how long did it take you to grow your business? Like what were your biggest challenges and things like that?
For business?
Yeah.
Look, man, businesses, it takes time to find the right people. That's it. Once you have the right people, then it's just a matter of time that you get to that level that you really want to. This is my third business, so I've had a couple of businesses which I've sold in 2021. It's all about finding the right people. Basically, just having the right people around you, and they then filling up the gaps that an individual will have, as we all do. You know, we just are human beings with flaws and a few things that we're not blessed with, and that's okay. It's just finding the right people. That's it. Nothing more than that.
The right people. Before someone finds the right people, they got to find customers, right?
I don't think so. So
What about if you don't have money?
No, that's good. That's a good question. I'll take you even a step back. Before you do anything else, you work on yourself.
That's what I'm.
Clients, people, business, it all comes after that.
You gotta go like.
If you don't work on yourself, or especially, the brain that we all have, or the mindset in if you want to put it,
Yeah.
none of that is,
Yeah.
because most of the people really have the mindset problem, but that's it.
Yeah.
Brother, mindset plays 80% of the 80% of the role. It's just a 20% of that is actually strategy. In business, it's just 20% strategy. It's 80% what do you have going on up here. That's it.
So what's the biggest hurdle when it comes to the mindset?
People have limiting beliefs. People just have already thought to themselves that this is the life that I'm going to get. So that thinking big, that's better.
So thinking you can actually make $10,000 and you thinking you can make $20,000, thinking you can, it's just the mind.
It's just the mind. 80% of that at least. 20% yes, you gotta do what you gotta do. What you're doing, man, it's amazing. I had a full-time videographer in 2018 and he used to follow me. Thanking you, Ellis.
He was following you around.
Yeah, he was following you around.
Smart.
I had a girl, and then I had a boy. I had a boy for about 6 months in Melbourne as well. But I moved from Melbourne to Sydney now. So I'm just looking for someone who's going to do the same very shortly, yeah.
Get someone following you around.
Pretty much, yeah. I've been a big believer of that from a long, long time.
You like Gary Vee?
Well, Gary Vee's got his own thing. Gary Vee's Gary Vee. I'm not Gary Vee. I am Jazz and Jazz me. That's it.
But the only reason I ask that is because, again, not many Australians have that mindset to have someone following. That's something I've been telling people for so long. It's just like, you don't have to create the content. You be the content.
The insecurity, bro.
Yeah.
It's the insecurities and the mindset. Yeah, same thing. It's the same thing, bro. You can literally bring everything down to 80% of the time to mindset. Any problem that you're going through, it literally comes down to the mindset. 80% of the time. Again, 20% is the actual business, the actual strategy. Understand that.
Yeah.
80% is just that.
What's your YouTube channel?
So my YouTube channel is not doing well, but my Instagram and TikTok is doing really well. It's called property.strategist. But my Instagram is doing well, TikTok's doing well.
When you say the Instagram's not doing well, what do you mean?
No, Instagram is doing well.
YouTube.
So I think now again it's going to come down to mindset. I'll tell you what. So since my YouTube is not growing the way that all the other channels are, I hired a consultant. I hired a consultant who specializes in YouTube. I'm like, why the fuck am I not growing?
What did he say?
So he's obviously helping me with a few things. YouTube is a different format as compared to, what TikTok and Instagram is. So that's what it is. So he's going to help me with a few things and but most of the people wouldn't never hire a consultant.
Yeah.
So again, it comes down to mindset. So if you have that right mindset, it'd be like, that's an investment. I have a lot of money.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I see that as an investment. I'm going to India just to do a bunch of podcasts. Nobody will invest that kind of money. I'm paying a PR company to make sure that they help me line up.
Yeah, get you on, and then from there you can clip, get all those clips, boom, 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 get that on your channel. Yeah, smart.
But again, it usually 80% of the time, brother, it's that. It's that.
I love it, man. I like the way you think, and it's again, Australia's a very slow market here. I've been telling Australia is very slow, very slow. So if you just,
I agree.
If you just shark like we come to here, BX, no one really kind of does this. We put this on YouTube, So.
Brother, honestly, swear to God, I'm actually doing a lot of BDM work for a lot of social media agencies. Even though I don't have one, I literally tell each and everyone. I just spoke to the recording that, how often are you posting? He goes, once a week. I'm like, what? Once upon a week? Brother, I'm posting 3 times a day.
A day? Yeah, come on, man. Wait, yeah.
Spoke to Lobel. She's like, 3 times a week. I was like, what? 3 times a week? What do you mean? So, but that's good for me, trust me. It's really good for me, bro. Because they don't want to post. And I'm like, fuck yeah, no, it's good. And because as you obviously understand this better, that if more people post on the social media, then my content goes away. It gets, the space gets taken away. I'm really glad. Don't do it.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I know.
I'm happy.
That's why I even told Derek. I said, even that once a week, 90% of people are not even doing. So even you're already. So it's just, and that's why we document so much, because when you document it, you have all the content in the world.
Content, yeah.
You can just
Pretty much.
like where I'm reaching now. I told our team every hour of the day.
Yeah.
So now I'm about probably 8 to 9 times a day we're posting.
I want to do 3,000 posts a week if I can.
Yeah.
But 300 is a good mark to start with. That's sort of what my goal is. 280 to 300 is what I want to do eventually a week. Honestly, that's what my goal is.
Are you LinkedIn?
Yeah, bro.
Let me get you on LinkedIn as well. I think a lot of even social media agencies, marketers, a lot of them don't even know what they're doing.
I agree. 90% of them have no idea.
They don't know what I've seen the market. They don't know what they're doing. And you repurpose. What about your LinkedIn? Are you posting?
So I like to do stories as well for LinkedIn. Again, trust me, man. Yeah, next year's just got a few things that we've invested a lot of money on system and tools that we've invested in. So I want to get back to the full-time videographer if I can.
Yeah.
That's the goal is, yeah.
And so what do you spend 90% of your time doing?
90% of my time?
Yeah.
It's actually social media and meetings. That's it.
Yeah. So you're in meetings, and then do you have someone posting for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a team, full-time editor.
Yeah.
Full-time, who she would do the posts and she would post the post. And
I have one of my CEO clients. So he's a CEO he has multiple businesses, but finance company. But his main now, that's why obviously he works with us, is to kind of get out of working in the business, working on the business. So we have a CEO mentor series, and potentially I think we can get you on the show. On his podcast.
Absolutely.
I think, because we're looking for top leaders. We've been US, but I think
Sure.
I have your card. He does it online, Riverside.
Great, man. Cool.
Yeah, I can.
It's a round one.
Yeah. So,
If you don't have a card, let me know. Yeah, that's the one.
We'll send an email. Get you on the show.
Thank you.
Cool.
I'll be great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, so called you the other day. I just wanted to ask, what made you want to take the meeting with me, I guess, from that short conversation we had? Basically, I have you on LinkedIn. You have over 8,000 followers. What you're doing, obviously, you understand the power of video. You've been helping leaders in your industry for quite some time get out better presentations, get their content out that actually delivers. And so just having a look at your personal brand, I was quite intrigued. Someone who's building a legacy, just my first impressions. And so really the agenda or the reason for this call is a leader like you, I was seeing, was podcasting. If you've not only have you been on other people's podcasts, but was that something that you potentially wanted to do, kind of getting that out to more people and providing that thought leadership content on LinkedIn? Okay. So if you're not doing the webinars anymore, you're saying your concern is if you were to do a podcast, it would be the audience. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Audience format, I'm a professional speaker, so I can speak endlessly on just about anything. But, there's still a lot of questions around what's the cost, all that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we live in the greatest time right now to be on social media. Why do I say that? Is because the content finds its audience. Now, for example, who's your target audience?
Middle and senior managers of large organisations. Prime clients are Aldi, McDonald's, Hyundai, Hitachi, all of that sort of thing.
Well, that's perfect. So let's look at the facts right now. You have 8,000 followers on LinkedIn, Lee. 8,000 followers. So let's say if I was a partner in looking at what you do, we build up a podcast, YouTube, right? Yes, you may have a concern again of, well, how can I get people onto the platform? Like anything, when you start it, yes, it may be slow, but this is the point of everything. If you're having conversations with, again, why I talk about a podcast, because now, even in your target market, whether you're doing it yourself or you're reaching out to these people, hey, someone, that position in Aldi, in McDonald's, I'd love to have you on my podcast. These are the conversations we're having. This is what they're talking about. They're not going to say no because everyone wants that publicity. So not only now you're having these conversations with these people, but now that's, instead of going one-to-one, you're going one-to-many. So the goal of the way we really do this is when you have a podcast, a 30 to 40-minute conversation, now you're getting those pieces of juice, Lee, in these rooms talking, having that thought leadership, and now we're pumping that content on LinkedIn. Getting those clips from the podcast, putting it out on LinkedIn, and organically you're going to gather that audience when they're going to watch it on LinkedIn, and now that's going to filter to coming over the podcast. So we don't want to worry so much, oh, how many views are we getting? Of course, those are things that we grow, and it's just consistency. If you do it consistently, it's going to grow over time. But the powerful thing is that reach and visibility that you're going to access on LinkedIn. Because your target audience lives on LinkedIn, if we're able to get these clips on the podcast, put it out on LinkedIn, that's where you're going to scale. That's where you're going to reach, because your target audience lives on LinkedIn. So now not only could you be doing these videos by yourself, or maybe you're educating, but then now you're in the room with other leaders in the industry, and now you're pumping that content on LinkedIn. So that's just where I see the value from where you are now to where you're going to get to. That 8,000 followers you have right now, that's going to get to 10,000. That's going to get to 15,000 through consistency. Again, I said we're living the greatest time right now because the content finds its audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's involved?
So my question would be, when you look at your time, first, it's your time. The way we work is usually, which is really the minimum, and we don't overcharge. We do it in a way where these CEOs, they come in once a month. For example, once a month, they have a conversation, which is a podcast. Whether it could be you by yourself just talking, and then it's how we edit that and make it engaging, where it's not just boring, just Lee just talking. No, it's got to be entertaining. We got to do it Diary of a CEO type of style. You could do that once a month. And then through that once a month conversation, 30, 40 minutes of Lee talking, now we can get those clips. We give 4 in a month with a trailer. And then now we either provide you that content, so now you can share it yourself on your LinkedIn, or we have a team, a small VA team that can post it for you.
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're going to love that one.